Welcome back, episode 2 of Steady Talk Podcast. Today, I got my very first guest. This guy here, I can't wish for a better first guest than this man here. For one, this is my blood. This is my bro, cuz bro, you name it. He's an HBCU grad from the Tennessee State University, the real TSU, by the way. He's a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. He's one of the neighborhood heroes from Birmingham. He's my treacherous twin. I can't put any words on it, but everybody, let me introduce you to Cameron Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I like how you said the real TSU.
Hey, somebody got to say it for y'all. Hey, but mate, man, appreciate for coming on the podcast to be my very first guest. Actually, it's pretty sweet to have your own family come in and support you for sure, bro.
Yes, sir. No doubt about it. Hey, I'm glad to be here, man. I see you doing your thing, and I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, some slight. Hey, but hey, not to waste no time, but to go in it, how things have been since I left Birmingham. I know it's been a minute since we chopped it up and things, but just check in with you. How things in Birmingham been for you, bro?
Man, things in Birmingham, it's been pretty solid, just been working some things, trying to elevate my career and things like that. But Birmingham is taking its right steps in the right direction.
Yeah, you just got what? It was your realtor's license?
Yeah, real estate license,
yeah,
man.
Real estate. How'd that come about?
Just add that to my resume.
Thanks. How'd that come about? What made you want to do that?
Man, I got a background in construction, but been running the family business. My father's been running the family business ever since I was like 5 or 6. So, I wasn't really so into construction growing up as I got older, but recent years I've been wanting to get into like the investment side of it. So I'm just taking my first steps towards that.
Hey man, congrats. I know a lot of people be wanting to do and get into it, but they don't do it. But my brother, you did it. So hey, hats off to you on that. So going into it, because every time you tell people you're from Alabama, they be like, man, it's country. And I just be like, I'm from Birmingham. And they just be like, what's the difference? Like, do you feel like that Birmingham area is really different from what like TV portrays Alabama to be?
Yeah, I can't say that because when people say Birmingham is country, I can see why they say that, compared to like other cities. But Birmingham it's really a good place though. Like I feel like, but the media does put a negative connotation on what goes on here. But it's a lot of good stuff that goes on. It's been a lot of development that's been going on in the city. They are taking the right steps in the right directions to elevate.
Thanks. Now I gotta ask you, just because every time like I talk to people about Birmingham, they'd be like, "Y'all in the top 3 of the most dangerous cities." Would you put Birmingham in your top 3?
Yeah, I would. I would.
Ooh.
If you go on the news, it seems like almost every other day something is going on. Something just happened a few days ago. But the bad always weighs the good when it comes to like media and stuff like that.
Thanks.
So that is.
Thanks. But when you think about it, like Birmingham's so big in itself, like you can be all the way in West End and 30 minutes out, you can still be in Birmingham. So I feel like with it being such a big like city within itself, that definitely makes it hard. But going into it, like we've been there, like we grew up there and we was there for like 24 years. I know at least I was there for 24. And like it's changed since like from when we were in elementary to like when it was when we was like starting to go out and like the club, like in the club center and things like that. So that's pretty impressive to see where it's at now.
Yeah, because back then, Birmingham didn't really have a whole lot. Like, growing up, our spots was we hit the mall on Saturday, and right after that, we hit the movies. And that was pretty much our routine, pretty much almost every weekend. But now it's like Birmingham's adding more establishments and more businesses. They trying to bring more people to the city. So that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, it seemed like it's a new club being added to the city every time I take a look at it.
It seems like every other month is something else getting added. But
dang. That's a good thing. Growth, man. You gotta love it.
Thanks.
Going into it, like I said, I did introduce you as being like at TSU, Tennessee State University. And I also left out the fact that you was a drum major. I forgot you was a drum major your time out there, bro.
Sir, fantastic. out to the aristocratic bands.
Yeah, facts. How was that? I mean, that was like during the time of COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was my very last year, my senior year's COVID year.
Yeah. How was that? I mean, like you got a band successful as like what's it, the AOB?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a band successful as that. Like, how was that experience like as a drum major during the COVID time? Like knowing like the potential you could have had as like the full AOB style experience.
Man, at first it was heartbreaking because one, that was my senior year. I had pledged my sophomore year, and that senior season, like our schedule was like so good. Like the first game we was gonna play Southern in Detroit.
Ooh.
And of course we had the Southern Heritage Classic when we played Jackson State. Who else was playing this year? We was playing some other HBCU. But when I tell you that was gonna be like the year, and we were supposed to perform at the Rose Bowl parade at the very end in
Dang,
California.
that would have
So,
been tough.
but now that COVID had hit, is like it was heartbreaking because we had that nice schedule and everything had to be on campus. They canceled the season pretty much. We only had to play like a few games, and all of them was at home with
Okay.
limited crowd, social distancing. But being in the AOB, it taught me a lot of core values because you represent a band that's been so known for so long. And the fact that you are wearing them on your chest every single day, it gives you a sense of pride, and you carry yourself just a different way.
Yeah.
Um,
It seemed like they bounced that pretty good. I mean, they got the Grammy. Where else have they performed since like that time span? It was another big performance y'all had, right?
yeah, they performed for the Grammys. They performed at the White House again,
Yeah.
and they performed for a country singer, a big country singer. A
Yeah.
lot of other performances that they had. So they did bounce back pretty good. I wish I was a part of it though, man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it, but at the same time, it's like, man, I wish I was a part of that.
I mean, that would have been tough just to say like, yeah, like I performed at the Grammys or I was at the White House type
Yeah,
situation. So I mean that would have been pretty hard to say. But I mean, I still feel how was because it happened during your senior year COVID, right?
yeah.
How was the experience like your freshman, sophomore, and junior year with it?
Freshman, sophomore, and junior, like being in the band was just like the college experience.
Being in the band, as far as like what like did y'all do anything big time when you during those 3 years?
Oh yeah, we performed at Falcons games, Titans
Mm,
games. Um, a lot of different various performances around Nashville. What else we did? We performed at a competition in Indianapolis my junior year, my sophomore junior year. I think it was Bands of America. I think that's what that was, something like that. But we
that's
had a whole bunch of different performances
yeah.
between that time span.
I mean, that's still an experience. I mean, I just think about like the experience that we had just in high school, and it's like
Mhm.
you taking that to college is like a whole different experience, bro. Like, I mean,
That's
granted, it ain't nothing like playing on a cruise ship.
You're right. It ain't nothing like playing on a cruise ship, but hey, when every week you traveling somewhere different across the US, hey, that's an experience too.
Yeah, man, that's tough. Hey, shout outs to that. But I do got a question though, because I mean, obviously you went to an HBCU. I went to an HBCU if you want to claim Lawson in this picture. But I mean, I did go to like two PWIs after that. If you like, could you see yourself going to a PWI?
I could see myself going to PWI because all those times we used to travel to Alabama, with our other friends, just to
Mhm.
experience the vibe down there. But I think I could see myself being in PWI. If I just had to go back to high school, I would. I could.
Facts. Which PWI would you go to is the question.
Well, initially my dream school was to go to Florida State. I
Okay,
love Florida State. And then it was Alabama, of course, Roll Tide, Nick Saban,
go
national
dogs.
championships, beating your Georgia Bulldogs. But yeah, that
um,
was my second PWI though.
Fair. Do you feel like Well, first question, do you feel like going into an HBCU like made this camp? Because I mean, we talk about like all of our bros that's like the whole group of bros, and like you probably had like the biggest glow up out of everybody. Do you feel like going to TSU made this camp who he is today?
Oh, absolutely, it did. I wouldn't change it for nothing. Like I feel like I did make the right choice going to HBCU, man. Just because the culture at HBCU is just it's so rich and like dynamic, man. It's just you can't trade it for the world. Honestly, I really recommend that every African American, you know, goes to HBCU. Of course, I'm gonna say that because I graduated from here, but
Yeah.
the
I mean,
culture is
that's
different.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean, I look at it and it's just like I see like how everyone like has ties to like their HBCUs and like they go back for homecoming, they go back for games and things like that. And I look at how like I am with like the PWIs I went to, I ain't going back to homecoming. I could care
Yeah,
less. So I mean, it's like you got that community there. So I mean, that's one thing like I really hate that I didn't get that experience as far as like well that true 4 year experience more so just not being able to experience like an HBCU style experience, homecoming week, rivalry week. So that's one thing I hate. I really didn't get to experience.
and it's like a big family reunion every
Yeah,
single day.
love it. Now to piggyback off that, do you feel like if you would have went to a PWI, would we still have gotten the cam we have today?
Um, I don't I don't know because the experiences that I got at an HBCU, it definitely set the foundation for my life, like right now, especially being in the band. But if I feel like I went to an HBCU, I probably would have been, like more involved on campus, like doing different things. Because at HBCU, I was in the band, and if you've been in the band at HBCU, that takes up pretty much all your time. So
Yeah.
it was either my routine was school, band, school, pretty much, and then a little bit of Kappa here and there. So yeah, but I feel like if I went to a PWI, it probably wouldn't have changed much. I probably would just been more involved around campus.
Fair. Did you go into TSU like kind of having the mindset that you was gonna cross, or was that something that just like kind of snuck up on you more so?
I knew I wanted to cross since middle school. We was in distinguished gentlemen.
Yeah, the
Now
good
I made
days.
a decision back in sixth, seventh grade.
Gotcha. So I mean, when sophomore year got there, it was basically destined for you, sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Love it. Hey, but I mean, to take a little shift in things, I mean, I've been locking in on TikTok a little bit more, and I've been seeing like you got some brands and things like that. So I do want to dive in on your TikTok journey. What kind of got you into it as far as like, yeah, I'm gonna take this serious, like, yeah, this route's meant for me more so.
Man, it's a crazy story because I didn't take TikTok serious at all, but the story is I had to use TikTok for my public relations class at the end of the semester when we got sent home for COVID my junior year.
Mhm.
And part of the assignment was at the very end, make a TikTok video, anything, and just send it in as part of your grade. So at first, I was like, man, I don't like TikTok. TikTok is stupid, bro. Like, it's just some Chinese company that's made up something like that. And I was like, man, I didn't like TikTok at all. So after I did the video, I was like, okay, after I did that video, it was pretty cool. So, being at home at COVID, we had nothing but time. So I just start, just make little trendy videos that I see on TikTok that's already blowing up. So after I did that a couple times, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get a lot of views and likes off of this. So let me keep doing it. Over a span of a few months, I had numerous videos go viral. I never took this serious at all. I just did it for fun. I ain't had no time on my hands. So I just kept doing it. And if I saw that I was, gaining traction and gaining more followers, I was like, okay, once I hit a few points, I mean, I could, really take this serious. So I see I was making 50K followers, 100K followers. I'm like, dang, like it's really starting to go up.
Yeah.
So that's when like brand deals started to come in.
Yeah, I know you had what's it, head, shoulders, knees, and toes? Nah, I'm playing.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh yeah, man.
how that one come about? Because that's a pretty, I mean, that's a pretty extensive like brand if you think about it.
They were they were running a HBCU campaign.
Hmm.
So I guess they chose TSU as the school, the destination that they was gonna have it at. So they was setting up a shop at homecoming. So I guess they found out that I went to TSU, that I was on TikTok, doing my thing. So they reached out to me.
Fair. Man, I can't even lie though. Like that's like another reason I also hate I didn't go to a HBCU just because I mean, especially being working in the sports world, like everything's starting to be focused around like HBCU for NBA, HBCU for NFL. And it's just like, man, like I wish I had that opportunity. Like I wish I would have went to an HBCU just because like that HBCU sports community is like this. So I
Yeah.
mean, just being like I don't get jealous, but I just feel like I missed out on like some opportunity there. But I feel like I got it in the back end more so. But like definitely, hey, I didn't like could build that community as far as like connecting with HBCU students because I didn't go to that HBCU as far as like my 4 year
Right.
institution.
Right.
But so I mean, obviously you got Head and Shoulders. Is there any like other brands that you're working with for on your TikTok side of things?
I worked with like local companies in the area, and I worked with good a company called Good Molecules a couple years ago. Now
That was
they're
the that was the
bigger,
face people. Yeah.
like, skincare brand. They are actually are in Target and stuff now. They wasn't then, but now they're growing. Well, I haven't been on TikTok as much lately because I'm trying to get off on my career and stuff like that. But I do plan on getting back on it. I just have to work on being more consistent.
Uh, hey, but I mean, obviously you're trying to switch career side of things and like get to like the actual career side. Do you have any like advice or anything for those that want to like take social media more serious as far as taking advantage of TikTok or Instagram more so?
What I could say is be authentic, stay yourself. Don't try to be like no other creator. Like, yeah, it's cool to grab ideas and stuff, but I wouldn't say don't just copy them all the time. Like, come up with your own things, but make it yours. Just be authentic, because a lot of content nowadays is monetary. It's money driven.
Yeah,
That's a little bit of my issue as well, because I wasn't taking it serious at first. I was just doing it for fun. But now that
yeah.
I saw money coming in, it was kind of overwhelming in a sense. So I would say, just if you love something, find it, stick to it. Don't try to be like nobody else.
I mean, and bro, it's crazy you say that because I mean, obviously, when before I started this like podcast, like I'm watching everybody podcast, Paul George, Don't Trip, Crash Dummies, and I'm like, how can I make this my own? So it's just like I'm watching and watching. It's just like I got like it's hard to like I feel like at some point if you want it to be original, it's kind of hard to mock somebody else's style just because I mean what they do is them. What I do is on me. So I feel like it's just so hard to kind of mock it if you want it to be like if you want to be known like for this under your name.
Yeah.
So hey, but I mean that's all I got on my end. But I do got a little segment I want to do. It's something I'm probably gonna try to do after every episode. Obviously, with us being from Birmingham, this is probably gonna be the most Birmingham thing we ever do. So like you said, going into the nightlife, I mean, our nightlife in Birmingham, if you want to be completely honest, I'll put our nightlife against kind of everybody from like a whole perspective. Like I'll put our nightlife against Atlanta, South Carolina, North Carolina. Hear me out. Hear me out. Even
Okay.
North Carolina. I'll start with I'll leave Atlanta for last because I got love for Atlanta, but you gonna see why I say Atlanta in a second.
Okay.
Uh, North Carolina, bro, it's just I mean, it's some smooth spots. Like the spots down here are vibes, but I mean, it's just like it's no variety. Like you got one strip, which is like Broadway in Nashville down here, but it's like Broadway's up here and Glenwood's down here. But I mean, it's still a good time, but it's just you can't really be yourself out there. Cause I know one day I was out there, bro, they wouldn't even let me in because I had holes in my pants and it was hot. I ain't even wear
What?
no shorts to the club.
Right.
So I'm like, bro, like Glenwood ain't a vibe, but I mean, it is two spots down here that, bro, like, I'm down for like Peace and Saints, and it's a spot called Haymaker. And I tell
Hmm.
you what, time was had, bro. So I mean, that's the North Carolina side. It's just there's no variety down here. South Carolina,
Mhm.
that's a quick no. Like
That's
I
out
love,
of the equation. Yeah.
yeah. Like I've never seen a state that's like the entire state is country. Great, it's not as bad as Mississippi,
Mhm.
but South Carolina is just nightlife ain't there for real. All right, now for Atlanta, hear me out because I know me and you, we both love visions.
Okay.
But if we're looking at the entire aspect side of things, you got to pay a good 30 to 40 to get in Atlanta.
That's not included.
Birmingham, facts. And then the drink's gonna be expensive. Like that's gonna be a tab.
Yeah.
But I mean in Birmingham, you gonna pay like what 20 to get in on a weekend.
Yeah.
But then also in Atlanta, you gotta pay the park. I'll never forget when we went to Visions. They said 20 to park in the front, 30 to park in the back. I said, huh? And so that's one part. Oh, and to piggyback off of North Carolina, bro, I went to a club one day. I was by myself. Bro was like, yeah, it's 20 to park. And I said,
Mhm.
20 to park? It's like, it's 9 o'clock. Club ain't even jumping yet. I was just like, all right, bro, paid the park. Went to the front door. I'm like, okay, it's 9 o'clock. Ain't nobody here yet. They not charging to get in. 20 to get in. So you tell me it's 40 off the jump before I even buy a drink. Luckily, I was on the list, but it took like them forever to get like the person who list I was on because my homeboy put me on. So I was just like,
Yeah.
it's overpriced. But another reason why I kind of say Birmingham nightlife a little better than Atlanta's,
Mhm.
like everybody, like, I ain't mad at Atlanta, but like everybody be like real cool. Like they be scared. They be scared to like bring that drunk energy
Yeah.
out.
I see where you coming from. I definitely see where you coming from with it. Yeah.
Thanks. So when you look at the whole breakdown, you got Crew, 3K, Casanova, Hush.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you go have a time in Birmingham, and it's like I tell everybody, I'm just like the nightlife in Birmingham is definitely grown, and I will put Birmingham's nightlife against anybody's nightlife.
It's it's because our nightlife, like you said, it's like it's more interactive. You know, people are friendlier in a sense. But it's like in Atlanta, like you just go in a club, you just see a whole bunch of people just standing around, not doing nothing, not dancing for real,
And
having
they got
fun.
sections.
Like,
That's the crazy part.
can it be like 30, 40 deep in one section?
Thanks.
How is that fun?
Like you can't even move. Like this why you so uptight in the section.
Like, I don't
Hey,
know, but I definitely see where you're coming from in that sense. But
hey, I still got
he,
love for vision. I still got love for visions though.
oh yeah, definitely, we definitely got to go back. They show us love every time we go in.
Thanks. That $60 Long Island Tower though is crazy. With me, you, and Keon, bro.
Crazy, bro.
Hey, $60 Long Island Tower, man, you can't really beat that.
So, how would you compare Birmingham nightlife to North Carolina nightlife?
I mean, based off like, granted, I've had a good time. Like when I go to Peace and Saints, Peace and Saints is my spot down here. Like I've been on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Saturdays is the best day to go. Sundays is your typical chilled R&B style. Friday was a pretty smooth vibe, but like Saturday is the move. The Haymaker on a Thursday, bro. I was toe up to the flow up on a Thursday, bro. And it's just like they say it's like that every Thursday. So I mean, I can't lie. It's a good time. I'll still prefer Atlanta over North Carolina just because like that's the state. Atlanta
Yeah,
and Birmingham are like this. I mean, it's only 2 hours if you think about it. So we was definitely loyal to Atlanta too in essence.
Atlanta, they got more spots, of
Oh
course.
yeah, no doubt.
But Birmingham is like Birmingham nightlife is kind of weird sometimes, bro. Because it's like you have a few spots that's like hot, and like those are the two spots that pretty much everybody be at. But what if I'm not feeling that vibe or that what they offer?
Hmm.
And the other spots is like they not gonna really be doing much. Like Crew and Casanova, those are two spots that jumping to me, honestly.
No
But what
doubt.
weekend I don't really feel like going to Casanova or Crew. Maybe I want to go somewhere else, but it ain't gonna be too many people there because everybody at Crew, Casanova, or Hush. You know
That
what I'm saying?
But I mean, that's kind of the good thing on how it's growing, though. I mean, because I mean, you got J Rock at volume, and I mean, every time he posts some of his stories, it seems like it's a good little crowd there.
Yeah. Or
But
maybe
I
I
mean,
just haven't really just been out for real like that lately. But I definitely gotta see more spots. Shout out to
have
J.
you ever been to Emeralds yet?
I haven't.
Or I had a time at Emeralds too.
For real.
Yeah, it was
I
a
haven't
smooth little vibe.
I haven't been out that much to explore those spots. But that was just my perspective. Maybe because I haven't been out for real.
Thanks. Hey, but we gotta do the honorable mention. We got 3K in luck still. Like that's
Yeah.
what started it.
That's what we used to be at
That's
all
what
the time, every
that's what
day.
got our names in the streets. Birmingham neighborhood heroes. Then having the cookouts right after, bro.
That was
Hey,
definitely.
but going into it, like we've named every bar like that we tend to been to as like it's kind of known in Birmingham. You got Crew, 3K, Emerald, Volume, Casanova, Hush. So we finna do a bar off. So I got the bars right here. We got Crew versus 3K. We got Emerald versus Volume, Casanova versus Hush, and we finna go to the championship to see kind of who's the top bar in our opinion. I mean, all of them a good time if you want to be honest.
Let me see the bracket again.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay. Okay. See, I ain't been to the two in the middle yet, but I'm from what I see, I'm just gonna give my
All right,
opinion. What I
all right,
see on social media.
all right. Bet. So I mean, you got Crew versus 3K. Who you got in the competition?
Oh man, we done had some times in 3K.
We also
I'm
have some times at Crew.
yeah. Any given night, I'm gonna have to go with crew.
Crew. How do you come
Yeah.
up with this decision?
Um, cause I ain't gonna lie, crew be turned on a good night. Especially if you have a section too. I celebrated my birthday at crew last year. I had a
Thanks.
good time. I'll definitely say crew because they gonna bring the crowd out every weekend consistently.
Thanks. That's one thing I like about them. Like they gonna get a
Yeah.
crowd for sure. And
3K they
like,
a bit more on the chill side. Like you just want to have a few drinks. They'll have people in there every now and then. But I definitely go with crew. What about you?
yeah. I'm with you. I'm with Crew. So I mean, just because it's a good time every time you walk in the building. I
Yeah.
mean, whether it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I mean, it's gonna be a good time anyway. So I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to rock a Crew on that one. Um, Emerald versus Volume.
Mm, I like the setup. From what I see on social media, I like the setup that Emerald has.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with crew, not crew, my bad. I'm gonna go with volume. Shout out to my boy J Rock.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
a
that food do be looking good that they be posting, that food, that hookah. They be
thanks.
having the vibes going on there. We tried to go in there a few weeks ago,
Is
but
it
I think
Pat?
they were charging like maybe like 20 something to get in, but we ended up going somewhere else. But definitely got to hit up volume very soon.
Definitely got to tap in. I mean, bro, I've been probably like 3 or 4 times, so it's definitely a vibe for sure. All right, this is gonna be a hard one. Casanova versus Hush.
Hush, I'll just be 100. Hush, a few years ago, Hush put a little bad taste in my mouth because one night they was charging all of us like 40 to get in.
Was I with y'all that night?
I
I
think you
think I
was.
was. I forgot what that was, but I kind of remember that.
It was either in like 2020 or 2021. I forgot what night it was.
I
But
think I remember that night. Was that the
it,
night Jared got kicked out the club? Nah, we had a section there.
I
This was
don't-
the night we didn't have a section.
but they were charging 40 to get in. At that time, I was like, bro, $40?
Like, dang.
Y'all tweaking. But I went for J5. I ain't gonna lie. Hush, they turned us up. So shout out to Hush. I had a good time. I'm definitely gonna be going back soon. I don't know when though, but what was the other one? Casanova?
Casanova, yeah.
Casanova, they bring the vibes out, man. Like every holiday, they had like the setup going on. They have something going on almost every day. They got good drinks, good hookah.
They improving too, bro. Like it's crazy from where Casanova used to be to where it's at now.
Who
Hey,
I'm
they marketing smart too, though. I ain't gonna lie, because
oh
they
yeah,
started off. They was I ain't gonna say they was letting everybody in, but if you was 21 and up, you was getting in. And they kind of shifted to where like they on that grown and sexy type of crowd now. Like so, they smart for it because they did it in increments, but they smart. So I give they props off my hats off to them on that one.
marketing. They definitely got a good marketing team or whoever
But
they. But who I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna have to go with Casanova, bro.
yeah, I'm
That's
rocking with.
like my vibe. Just chilling, lounging around. That's my
Yeah,
type.
I'm
But if
rocking
I
with
want to
Casanova on that one.
you really want to turn up, Hush gonna do
Yeah, that was the youthful days back when we just was like them youngins.
it.
All right. I had to throw another one in there. I can't count. I only had six. I needed eight. So I got another one. Urban smoke versus sleep.
I'm gonna go with Urban Smoke for sure. I used to work there.
Facts. I knew
And
that was coming.
on weekends, Urban Smoke, but
I feel like
it,
urban smoke had a disadvantage because it was so far, bro.
yeah, that's true.
But hey, it was still good times when you pull it up.
Yeah, they still be doing good.
Yeah. I did have some good drunk nights at urban smoke too. All right. So on to the semifinals. We got crew versus volume, Casanova versus urban smoke. I mean, based off the talks, I feel like how I know we're going to rock in this direction. We might be in a tough predicament going into the final. So starting off, crew versus volume. Who you got?
Crew versus Volume. See, I haven't been to Volume yet, so I don't really know.
All right, let's switch it around then. Let's go volume versus urban smoke.
Mm.
Based off what you've seen on like social media versus what you know on urban smoke.
Oh, my folks at Urban Smoke, they might get me for this, man. You know what? I'm gonna still go Urban Smoke.
Urban?
Just based off the fact that they Urban Smoke got some good ass food. The drinks top notch. And
Fair.
weekend, when it's warm outside, when the patio open, it's a vibe. 100%. So I'm going Urban Smoke.
I'm gonna get back with you when you go to volume on that, my boy.
Okay. I gotta go to volume then. So
Thanks. All right, this is probably gonna be the toughest one. This is probably like one versus two in the final type situation. Crew versus Casanova. Who you got?
oh
Uh,
damn. Yeah, you got me with that one, bro.
that's a
Crew
tough
versus
one.
Casanova.
And they next to each other. Like they're like Crew is
Damn.
right here. Walk down the street, Casanova right here.
I'm trying to see which one do I usually end my night at the most. Cause they both close at 2 o'clock, I think,
Yeah.
on weekends. Oh man. I'm gonna have to go with Casanova.
Ooh, Casanova.
I'm gonna go with Casanova.
No. I was gonna rock a Crew on that one, my boy.
Rock with Crew? Why would you rock with Crew over Casanova?
Bro, Crew be like when I'm out and I'm drunk, like I be want to be on ghetto time behavior, have a good time. Crew is the move, bro. When you drunk, like when you got the liquor in your system, you try to have a good time, everybody on good vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm with Crew. Granted, Casanova still got a spot in my heart, but it's grown and sexy. Like I got to be on some chill stuff to get in Casanova. Granted, I didn't have some good drunk nights at Casanova, but I
Yeah.
don't know, bro. I mean, it's a tough decision. It's like if I had to put it on like a 50-point scale, like Crew would be 25, Crew would be 26, Casanova would be 24.
That's valid though, because they really like
They right, they neck
they
and
really
neck, bro.
it's really just it depends on what you feeling that night. You
Yeah,
feeling car sexy, Casanova. You feeling you want to turn up, pipe up, go to Crew.
thanks. So I got Crew and Volume at the end. So that's my bracket right now. I got Crew and Volume, but you got Casanova and Urban. Who you got winning it all?
Oh, I got winning it all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Casanova again, bro.
that's fair. That's
I'm
fair.
gonna have to Casanova. One, Fairfield ain't too far away. but you know, it's not in a centralized location like how Casanova is downtown and stuff.
Facts.
So, but
Facts.
yeah, I'm
Hey,
gonna go with Casanova, bro.
I'm gonna have to take mine with crew. J Rock, I love you, but at the end of the day, you being crew too, my boy.
Facts.
Bro be getting off work going straight to crew, like, dang, did y'all just close?
Right, that boy J Rock be everywhere, man. That's my
Facts.
dog.
Yeah, that's my boy. But hey, see, Breezy, I definitely appreciate you for tuning in. Got to chop it up with you. Got to get you on some more episodes. But for you on the other side of the screen, appreciate it for tuning in to episode 2. You know the saying, there's 4 buttons there. I need you to use them: the like, share, subscribe, and comment button. They're there for a reason. Let's lock in. Let's tap in. Let's use them. Episode 3, though, we're switching it up just because you got March Madness coming here soon. So we is nothing. We locking in straight March Madness content, men's and women's side of things. So tap in, got some more special guests coming along.
And one thing, while we talk about March Madness, who your pick for men and women? Just you don't have to explain why. I just need your pick for who winning it all.
All right. Women off the jump, I got South Carolina. 2 seasons undefeated, bro. Come on. They just
Oh,
finished undefeated again.
that's
Don
valid.
Stanley is a beast, bro. Like, and plus that's where I graduated from for my master. So USC, the real USC, University of South Carolina, for the women's. For the men's, I got Houston.
Okay.
UConn, they kind of it was a little shaky with that Creighton, but we rocking with Houston for the men's. Who you got?
Okay, I'm with you with the men's. I'm gonna go Houston too. Them boys be balling. For women, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to go with
Don't.
Iowa.
I knew you was gonna say it.
That Caitlin Clark coming back, man. She coming back with a vengeance, man. After losing
Bro,
to LSU last year, and she balling this year, she finna go and run it up.
she was balling last year.
She was balling last, but she lost to LSU.
South Carolina hot, bro. They got vengeance. They lost last year. They got to come back.
Caitlin Clark, hey, she like that.
All right, we're gonna see.
But, you know.
Hey, stay tuned. Episode 3 coming to you here soon. Let's lock in, baby. Stay steady.